Hi guys, welcome back again to my channel. My name is Stylebytife. If you are new here, thank you so much for stopping by. On this channel, I share sewing tutorials, pattern drafting, and everything related to fashion. So if there's something you're interested in, then this channel is absolutely the right place for you. Don't forget to hit on the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell so you get notified whenever I upload a new video. So in today's video, I'll be sharing with you guys how to cut and sew this trending shared blouse with a bell sleeve. If that's something you're interested in, keep on watching and let's get started with this tutorial. To make this blouse, you will need 1.5 yard or 2 yard of your fabric that is 60 inches in length. Then you're going to make use of a lightweight fabric. Yeah, I have this flower material, so I'm going to be making use of this flower material. Then you also need your elastic thread. The elastic thread you are going to be using to shear the blouse. Then you will need your tape rule and your scissors. Now let's get started with this tutorial. So guys, I'll be drafting on my pattern paper first before placing it on my actual fabric. So as you can see, I already went ahead to rule a line across, which is going to serve as my shoulder line. Now I'll go ahead and start taking all my body measurements. So from the center, I'll go in by half of my shoulder measurement. I'll go in by half of my shoulder measurement, which is 7.5 inches. From that point, I'll come down by 1 inch for my shoulder slope. From the center again, I'll go in by 3.5 inches for the neck width. Then I'll make a mark. So from this neck width, I will connect a straight line from the neck width to meet the shoulder slope. So before we go ahead to draft out the armhole cuff, I'll first mark out all my vertical measurements. So from the shoulder, I'll come down to my bust point. So shoulder to my bust point is 10 inches for me. Shoulder to my bust point is 10 inches. Then I'll extend my tape and measure down to my under bust. So my shoulder to my under bust is 13.5 inches. So I'll come to the other side and mark that same 13.5 inches. Then shoulder to my waist is 16 inches. So I will mark my shoulder to my waist, which is 16 inches. Then lastly, I'm going to mark the length I want this blouse to be. So I want this blouse to be about 23 inches. I want the length to be about 23 inches. So I'll come to this other side and mark it at 23 inches. So mark all your vertical measurements. Now I'm going to go ahead and rule a line across all these points. So this is my shoulder line, this is my bust line, this is my under bust, then this is my waistline, and this is my hemline. So that's my shoulder. Once you are done doing that, the next thing I'm going to do is to determine my armhole depth. And to determine your armhole depth, you are going to divide your bust measurement by 6 plus 1.5 inches. After dividing it, I had 7.6 inches for me. So I'll come down by 7.6 inches from the shoulder slope. Then I will go ahead and rule a line across and rule a line to meet the shoulder slope. So this new line will be our chest line. Now I'll get the midpoint of what I have here and I'll make a mark. From the midpoint, I'll go in by half an inch. I'll go in by 0.5 inch. Then I'll come to the chest line and divide my bust measurement divided by 4. I'll divide my bust measurement divided by 4. Now I'll use that measurement to make a mark. So I'll go ahead and connect from this point to meet the midpoint, then from the midpoint to meet the shoulder slope. So just go ahead and connect the 3 points together to give you your armhole cuff. The next thing I'm going to do is to determine my neckline. So you can go up a little bit from the chest line or you maintain your chest line. But for me, I'm going to maintain the chest line. So from the center front, I will go in by 0.5 inch. From the center front, go in by half an inch. Then I will go ahead and connect it to meet the 3.5 inch neck width I marked out earlier. So you're going to determine your neck depth. From that mark, you go in by half an inch. By the time you open up your fabric, the half an inch will become 1 inch. So from this mark, I'll connect it to meet the neck width. After you're done connecting that, from this point here, I'll just connect a cuff to meet the under bust. Just go ahead and do the same thing you see me doing right now. So you go ahead and connect from that point to meet your under bust. After that, I'll go ahead and start taking all my body measurements. So on the chest line, I will divide my round bust measurement divided by 4. Then I will be adding extra 2.5 inches for his. I'll be adding extra 2.5 inches for his. So I will take the whole measurement I have here. Then I will come to the waistline and I will mark the same measurement. So on the hemline, I will divide my round hip measurement divided by 4. Then I will be adding extra 2.5 inches for his. Once I'm done doing that, I will go ahead and connect all the last point together. Then I will cut it out. Feel you when there's no So this is what I have. This is the upper part and this is the down part. So before we keep this aside, I will need to slash the upper part because I will be making some pleats at the end before attaching it to the down part. So I'll be making some pleats at the end of this upper part before attaching it to the down part. So what I will do here is that from this end here, I will go in by 3 inches. Can you see? From this edge, go in by 3 inches and I will connect a straight line to meet the shoulder. From that 3 inches mark, just connect a straight line like this. Then I will go ahead and cut through the line, but we are not going to be cutting it off totally. Don't cut it off totally, you just need to spread this on your fabric and use it to cut it out. So now I'm done for the front. Now we move on to the back pattern. For the back pattern, I've already marked out all the vertical measurements just like we did on the front. From the shoulder, I measure down to my bust point, then to my waistline, and then the length I want for the blouse. I also determine my shoulder measurement. I went in by half of my shoulder measurement and I determined the armhole depth. Now to create the armhole curve, on the chest line I will go in by my bust measurement divided by 4 and I will make a mark. Then I will just create a curve. You don't need to go in by half an inch or determine the midpoint at the back at all. Just create the curve just like you see me doing. So for the neck depth, I will come down by 1.5 inches. Then I will go ahead and connect it to meet the neck width. Now I'm going to start taking all my body measurements. So on the chest line, I will take my round bust measurement divided by 4. Then I will add extra 2.5 inches for ease. So take the whole measurements I have here. Then I will come to the waistline and mark the same thing. On the hemline, I will divide my round hip measurement divided by 4. Then I will add extra 2.5 inches for ease. Now I'm going to go ahead and connect all the last points together. Everything is exactly the same as the front. So now I'm going to cut this out. So this is all for the pattern drafting. This is my front and the back. You can draft this back pattern on your actual fabric if you want. You don't need to cut out on the pattern paper. You can draft it on your actual fabric. So I'm going to place this on my fabric and cut out all my pieces and I'll be right back. So guys, this is what I have after I was done cutting everything out on my fabric. I added half an inch sewing allowance all the way around except at the armhole area. I didn't add any stitching allowance to the armhole area. So I added half an inch sewing allowance all the way around. And the distance I have in between here is 3.5 inches. The distance I have in between this slash and spread is 3.5 inches. For the down part as well, I added half an inch stitching allowance all the way around except at the hemline, where I added 1 inch. So add half an inch sewing allowance all the way around. At the hemline, add 1 inch sewing allowance. For the back as well, I added half an inch stitching allowance all the way around. I didn't add any stitching allowance to the armhole area. At the hemline, I added 1 inch sewing allowance. So now I'm going to go ahead and start sewing all my pieces together. Firstly, I'm going to remove all the pattern paper. Now I will open up the back just like you see me do. And I will place the front on the back. Can you see? Open up the back and place the front on the back like this. Then I will make a notch on the both sides where the shearing is going to start at the back. Make a notch on the both sides where the sheared is going to start from at the back. So the shear is going to start from these 2 notch parts. Now I'll bring the front and I'll hem the end first. I'll fold it a little bit, then fold it again and stitch from here all the way down. I'll also hem the center front and I will do the same thing for the back as well. I will hem the end of the back. For the upper part as well on the center front. So this is the upper part on the center front. I'm going to pick one of it and where the neck starts from. So this is where my neckline starts from. So I'm going to fold it a little bit, then fold it again and I will stitch it all the way down. Do you get it? You're going to hem the straight part of the center front. I'll fold it a little bit, then fold it again and stitch it all the way down. I'll repeat the same process on the other side and I'll be right back. So guys, this is what I had after I was done, okay? So this is the back and this is the front. So this is the front. I've hemmed the ends and I've also hemmed the upper part of this. That's the center front. Then for the upper part as well, this is it. I've hemmed it. So this is what I had after I was done hemming the edges. I told you you're going to hem only the straight part of the front. Now I'll keep this aside and bring the front. Now let's work on the down part of the front. Don't forget I told you to hem the center before shearing this. Now I'm going to start shearing the blouse from the upper middle part down to the hemline. I'll be using a distance of ½ inch to shear it. I'll be using a distance of 0.5 inch in between each line. I'll continue sewing the elastic straight until I get to the end of this dress. I'll do the same thing for the back as well. From the notches I have at the sides, that's where the shearing is going to start from. So I will sew the elastic straight until I get to the end. So the shearing is going to start from this notch part. I will make sure it meets each other, then I will start shearing it until I get to the end. Now let me show you how to shear it. So the first thing I will do here is that I'll first roll the elastic into the bobbin. So with the help of my free hand, I will keep rolling the elastic, and it must not be too tight. Then you must not stretch it as you are rolling it. After you are done, you will just pass it into the bobbin case. Now let me show you guys how to shear your dress on the sewing machine. So guys, the normal thread will be on top of the fabric, while the elastic will be at the bottom, at the down part of the fabric. So I've already sewed some part of it. Can you see that the elastic is on the down part while the normal thread is showing on top of the fabric? So I'm going to go ahead now and I will start shearing. You know, I told you earlier I'll be using a distance of ½ inches to shear the dress.
Searching for a longer day. People feeling like the light has just come. We must never stop the way, yeah. Birds jumping and I hear my name, grasping into life. Life is happy but it's so insane. Birds jumping and I hear my name, grasping into life. Life is happy but it's
So I'll continue like that until I get to the end. So guys, this is what I had after I was done. This is the front. Can you see how stretchy it is? This is the wrong side, this is the front side. Then this is the back. Now the next thing I want to do now is that I'll keep the back aside and work on the front. It's time to join the upper part to the down part of the front. You can see that I've already hemmed the center of the neckline. So I'll pick one of it, I'll bring one of it, and I'm going to place it at the center. I'll place it at the center, then I'm going to sew a little bit, and I'm going to make pleats as I'm sewing it. I'll bring my pin, then I'm going to hold this together at the center like this. Then from the center, I'll measure down 3 inches. That's where the pleat is going to start from. So I'll make a pleat until I get to the end of the side. So let me explain that again. Pin the upper part and the down part together at the center. Then you're going to sew a little bit by 3 inches. From that 3 inches mark, you're going to be making the pleat until you get to the side. And you can see that the fabric is very stretchy. So you're going to be stretching your fabric as you are pleating the upper part to the down part. So I'll do the same thing for the other side and I'll be right back. So guys, this is what I had after I was done. This is what I had. This is the wrong side of it. Can you see? So this is all for the front. So guys, I've went ahead to pipe the back neckline and this is what it looks like. What I will do now is that I'm going to place the front and the back together. I'll place the front and the back together right side facing each other and I'm going to pin it down at the two shoulders. Let me explain that again. I'll join the two shoulders, then I'm going to join the two sides with about ½ an inch. So this is what I had after I was done joining the shoulder and the two sides. The next thing I will do now is to cut out the sleeve. Firstly, I'm going to measure what I have on the arm area. So I'll measure it like this, and what I have here is 10 inches. So you multiply it by 2. I'm going to be having 20 inches altogether. So I'm going to be using this to cut out my sleeve. Now I'll keep this aside. So guys, I've went ahead to fold my fabric into 4. Fold your fabric into 4, and for the width I have 11 inches. I have 11 inches for the width, and the length is enough to give me my sleeve length plus extra inches. So I'll come somewhere around there and I'm going to rule a line across, which is going to serve as the starting line. So from the starting point on this edge here, I'll come down by 5 inches. I'll come down by 5 inches and I will make a short straight line across. From the center front of the fold, I'll go in by 3.5 inches. So I'll go in by 3.5 inches. Then with my free hand, I'll create a curve just like you see me doing. With your free hand, you're going to create a curve. Just watch what I'm doing and do the same thing. After that, I will take my round armhole measurement. You know, my round armhole measurement is 20 inches after multiplying it by 2. So I'll divide it by 2, which will give me 10 inches. From the center front, I will measure 10 inches and I will add extra 1 inch for my sewing allowance, making it 11 inches altogether. So I'll mark it at 11 inches. Do you get that? So take your round armhole measurement divided by 2. So after dividing that, I add 10 inches for mine. Then I will add extra 1 inches for my sewing allowance. Now from the starting line again, I will determine the length I want for my sleeve. I want my sleeve to be about 21 inches. Then I will be adding extra 1 inch for my sewing allowance, making 22 inches altogether. So I'll come somewhere around there and mark that same 22 inches, and I will go ahead and rule a line across. So from this 11 inches mark, I'll just connect a slant line to meet the edge. I'll connect a slant line towards the edge. Remember, we are making a bell sleeve. Now I'll go ahead and cut this out. After cutting it out, I'll make a notch at the center of both sleeve, and I'm going to be having 2 sleeves like that. So I have 2 sleeves. Now I'm going to pick one of it. I'll fold the end. I'll fold it a little bit, then I'll fold it again and stitch it all the way down. I'll also stitch the side with a 1 inch sewing allowance. I'll repeat the same process on the other sleeve. So guys, these are the 2 sleeves. This is the final look of the sleeve. You can see that I notched the center here, and I've also went ahead to iron it out. So what I will do now is that I'm going to be attaching the sleeve to the dress. So I'm going to be attaching the sleeve to the dress, and I'll place the center exactly on the join part on the shoulder. Can you see? And now I'm going to sew it all the way around with about half an inch. I'll do the same thing on the other side, and that's all for this tutorial. So guys, this is the final look of this top. This is the final look of this blouse after I was done. I've gone ahead to iron it out very well, and I love how it came out. Guys, I love the fact that you can wear it with a straight pencil skirt or a trouser. Thank you so much for watching. If you find this tutorial helpful, please like, share, comment, and if you haven't subscribed yet, please hit on the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you get notified whenever I post a new video. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.